Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or KOTOR, is an RPG set in the Star Wars universe. It was developed by BIOWARE and released in summer 2003 for Xbox, PC, Mac, and more recently released for iPad, iPhone, and iPod Touch. In this review, we will cover 5 aspects of the game: story, gameplay, graphics, music, and extras and replayability, and determine the final score by rating these between 0 and 2, 0 being bad, 1 being okay, and 2 being great. Knights of the Old Republic is set almost 4,000 years before the events of Star Wars Episode 4. It takes place a short time after the Mandalorian Wars, in which the Jedi Knight Revan, against the wishes of the Jedi Council, led the Republic forces against the Mandalorians, turning to the dark side and becoming Dark Lord of the Sith in the process. However, when some Jedi came to capture Revan, his apprentice Darth Malak fired on his master's ship, attempting to destroy the Jedi Knight and kill his master at the same time. Malak then named himself Dark Lord of the Sith. Your character wakes up in the middle of a Sith attack on your ship, the Endar Spire, with barely any memory of anything that has happened to you. With the help of Trask Algo and Karth Onasi, you escape from the attack in an escape pod. You and Karth land on the planet of Terrace, a large city world where Bastila Shan, one of the Jedi who tried to capture Revan, also landed. The two of you set off to find her, gathering other companions in the process. Once you find her, you go to Dantooine, where you find out you have the potential to be a great Jedi. After your training, you and Bastila discover a star map, an ancient relic found by Revan and Malak years earlier, showing an incomplete map used to find the Star Forge. You and your companions are tasked by the Jedi to find 4 other star maps on Tatooine, Kashyyyk, Manaan, and Korriban in order to find the Star Forge. The plot of KOTOR is very interesting and takes you to many places in the Star Wars universe, and has many twists and turns along the way. The characters are very well done and fleshed out, making them memorable and great to have with you as companions. KOTOR also has 1 or 2 plot twists, which I won't spoil for those of you who haven't played the game, but they are a bit unexpected and make the game much more interesting. Even without the side quests, it might take you between 10 and 15 hours or so to complete Knights of the Old Republic. KOTOR uses a turn-based combat system, where you choose an attack and it either does damage or misses completely. The combat isn't that difficult to learn, but it is still fun. The game has several weapons to use, such as blasters, swords, and lightsabers that you can choose from, each with their own advantages and disadvantages. The same is true for armor. It protects you, but sometimes restricts certain force powers such as Force Lightning. KOTOR also has somewhat of an open world feel to it, as you can complete quests whenever you want to, and exploration is a large part of the game. During conversations, you have several choices of things to say, which can influence the outcome of certain events. Because KOTOR is just over 10 years old, it won't be the greatest looking game ever. The graphics still look good though. The animations are mostly well done, and the worlds look pretty good. The cutscenes are very nicely done as well. The music in this game is fantastic. It sounds really good and goes well with the game, plus it sounds an awful lot like Star Wars. KOTOR has a huge abundance of side quests and lots of replayability. The side quests can add several hours of gameplay, and the different conversation choices can influence whether you turn to the light or dark side. There are also 2 different endings, a light side and dark side ending, which goes well with the game, since there are many different choices that can change your alignment. Overall, because of the side quests and everything, you could easily spend 25 to 30 hours in the game before you complete it. KOTOR is definitely one of the highest points in Star Wars history when it comes to gaming. In my opinion, it is the best Star Wars game ever made, or at least in the top 2 or 3, and probably my favorite game of all time at the moment. It has a compelling story, great characters, fun combat, great music, and a lot of side missions. If you like RPGs, Star Wars, or are just looking for a good game, get this now. I give Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic a 9.5 out of 10.